Chloe, first off, congratulations on your new film, and thank you for taking a little bit of your time to talk to me. I appreciate it.
Oh, thank you.
So I had the chance to see this film back in January, and it was my favorite of Sundance. And I watched it again this week, and it's still one of my favorites. So congratulations again. Uh,
Thank you.
Fair Play touches on extremely relevant universal themes such as gender roles, sexism, a toxic workplace, power dynamics, and female empowerment, male fragility, etc. So I wanted to ask you, when and how did you decide that you were going to focus on this for your first film? And did the story somehow perhaps was inspired by personal experiences by you?
Yeah, I think it was this film was definitely a reckoning with some experiences I had in the past, and it was really coming from this feeling I was having at a certain period of my life when my career started to take off and my success, didn't feel like a total win. It felt like a loss on some level. And that's because of, the kinds of relationships I was in, these relationships with men who adored me for my strengths and my ambition and my talent, but at the same time, they were threatened by it, and I think the biggest thing is that it was never anything that we could talk about. I think it was something that we were both afraid to admit, that's what was really, going on. And so I normalized it and continued to experience it, and it just made me realize how much hold these ingrained power dynamics still have over us today. And so that's why I wanted to put it on screen.
And as a fan, I appreciate you doing so. It must have felt really good putting that on the big screen. So
Mhm.
the chemistry on screen between Phoebe and Alden is incredible. It's scorching hot. So how big of an advantage was it to have these two talented actors at your disposal, helping you translate your couple from script to the big screen?
I mean, they're it was I knew right away that these were my actors, that this was my Luke and Emily. I could feel it right away when meeting with Phoebe and when meeting with Alden. And once I got them in the room together, their chemistry was just instant, and I knew that I had a movie. So, it was incredibly exciting. And then they're just two of the most committed actors I've ever worked with, and they dove into this material head first. And they went there with me, and they went to these explosive levels, and they went to these moments of total insecurity and fragility, and just the amount of humanity that they brought to the roles, I think was better than I could have ever imagined.
Yeah, they were amazing. So before wrapping up, besides
Mhm.
being entertained when the audience gets the chance to see the film, what is something that you like for the audience to take away from your film after watching it?
I hope that the film raises questions, and gets people talking and creates conversation and debate. I think that ideally, some of the questions I'd like to leave the audience with is how can we dismantle the link between female empowerment and male fragility? How can we break that tie? This is something that's been entwined, for so long, and it still is on many levels, but how can we separate those things? How can we in that same regard, how can we demystify the role that men are raised into thinking they're supposed to fill? And how can women learn to embrace their successes without fearing that it'll hurt them on some level?
I've seen the film three times, and I can't wait to
Mhm.
see the film with my wife because I know it's gonna be a conversation starter, and we're gonna go
Yeah.
back and forth. And I think that's a healthy conversation, and I think you nailed it.
Yes.
So, Chloe, again, congratulations on your new
Uh,
film. Thank you for your
Thank
time, and I
you.
appreciate it. Take
Yeah.
care.
Thank you so much.